Morning. Okay, I'm gonna get this hung this week, but I'm obsessed with the painting you created for me. Like, I can't believe that you didn't know that the
No.
sun is my logo, that lapis is my color. Like, what?
Yeah.
This is crazy,
So
Val.
I saw your post, your
Yeah.
share about I just want to channel, I don't want to decorate. And I was like, I want to decorate. And I think you need to have a giant gold sun. I was going to make it really big, but then I was like, what's going to fit on her screen?
Yeah, this
And
is perfect.
I literally just saw that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a minute, she needs some blue because I remember you wearing blue at the conference. And I was like, that needs to be in there. And like, that just came out. And then you're like, oh my gosh, that's my logo. I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you
Yeah,
talking about?
literally. Like, the lapis is my logo color, the gold is my logo, the sun is the logo. Like, it's so divinely guided. So thank you, Val, for birthing that. Thank you.
Yay. You're
Yeah.
welcome. I loved it.
So we'll talk about how we met. Jennifer's here. We were at Jennifer's event called Unstoppable. It was like 2 weeks ago, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago. And I remember I met you and you were telling me that you thought you had a book. And then I was like, well, let's just channel it. And you're like, wait, I don't really know about this. Like, come on, we got this, we got this. And then why don't you tell everyone what happened?
So I went through all of the blocks that apparently everybody goes through because every single one I put up, you're like, yeah, that's not, just let that go, let that go. And you're like, your book is right here. And honestly, my book has probably been standing here for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't understand any of that concept of what you do. And I was just like, okay, well, I trust you. Let's do it. And it was right there. And then you were like, you got to start writing immediately. And I woke up at 4 the next morning and started writing at the conference.
Yeah.
And I kept writing, and 11 days later, done. I mean, and then I was like, oh yeah, wasn't I supposed to watch like Keira's videos about like how to do this? I mean, I did part of the rituals that I watched, but like that was enough. It was just there.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't even need the course anymore. Literally. Like, whatever. Whatever you paid for the course, we just put it towards publishing. You don't need it. And here's the best part. It's literally like you were 9 months pregnant for 20 years.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Like,
yes.
It was ready to birth. All that needed was just a little bit of like energy shifting. And then the book was able to show you. Like, we didn't coach after that. I never spent time with you. You literally just brought it through.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
so you were the catalyst. It would have just stayed there.
Yeah.
Literally until I died. Like, I would not have done it.
So tell me now, first of all, I love this. Glenn is on here saying hi. Glenn, Val created this sunshine. She painted this sunshine. So exciting. So Glenn was there with us that event, and he's amazing. He just joined my mastermind. He is such a force of power. I'm so excited to work with him. So what I want to know is, like, first of all, drop in your heart. And I want you to share what was the most sacred or powerful experience for you to finally write and complete your book?
Yeah. Well, this morning I was going through and I've been reading it and just kind of like organizing it a little bit. And as I look back on it, I mean, it's my memoir. It's my life. And I took very seriously the guidance about say what only needs to be said, right? Because you want to tell all the details, or at least I wanted to tell all the details of my life. I'm a detail-oriented person. And so I was like, no, there's one common theme that the book is about, which is really about trusting and seeing my own voice and my own path, about when I listened to it and when I strayed from it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's just so clear. It's like, there's like this through line of my voice. And then there's like, chose not to listen, listened, chose not to listen, listened. And like, that's what the book is about. And so the reflection of the clarity of looking back on 52 years is so different than had I written the book 10 years from now or 10 years ago.
Yeah, yeah, totally. And what a powerful lesson for everyone to really get out of the book is to start to notice when they're listening to themselves and when they stray off, because this is the path of like ease. This is the path of real self-love. And when we start to veer, it's when it gets really messy, right? So I
Yeah.
love that this is what you're writing about. Let's feel into what do we channel today. So let's drop in. We're going to first clear the space and the energy, okay? So I want you to just take a nice deep breath in with me. Breathe all the way down to your lower belly. You're going to breathe in. Thank you for being here with us in this beautiful, sacred book channeling session. And if you felt the stir in your heart that it is time for you to write your book, then I am so excited to tell you that I am going to give you my sacred creative process that allows authors to channel their books. Just click the link below in the description and you will have immediate access to learning the tools on how you will channel your book. And out. So we're going to place a shield of light around you and me. So even though there's a lot of people watching, and we're letting them be a part of this, because hopefully it will activate inspiration inside of them. Hopefully it will activate hope and light for all of them. But we're going to place us in a shield. So you and me in this beautiful shield of light. We're the only ones here. And we're going to ask the divine to touch the walls, the ceilings, the floors, and everything within my space and your space will be completely cleaned and cleared. And then any fears and doubts, there's a lot of fear and doubt that seems super loud. So we're just going to ask that any fear and doubt that are present, that they'll be cleared out and have no space within me or within you. And we're going to call in our angels and our guides and those who are here to love us, those who are here to support us, those who are here to hold us in and through the divine light. We're going to ask them to come and sit with us, to hold this space for us so we can hear what your book is wanting to bring through. And then we're just going to prep the body. So we're going to ask that our ears will be cleaned with light so we can spiritually hear what needs to be heard. We're going to ask the light will clean our third eyes. We'll have access to all of our spiritual gifts. And the light will cleanse our lips that we speak only what needs to be spoken. Breathing in. Breathing out. There we go. So in this space right here, right now, we're going to invite your book to come and sit with us, to show us a message, the next step, whatever's in your highest good. We're going to let your book guide us. So we're just going to let it come in. And it's coming in so beautifully. It's like showing me like this beautiful, what is that material called? Like a white chiffon. And like almost like you running. So it's showing me you running with like this chiffon, flowy white material in the palms of your hands above the crown of your head. And I want you to just feel like this breeze blowing through this beautiful fabric. That's the energy that your book is coming in. So the energy is coming in through the energy of like freedom and liberation and joy and expansiveness. So just breathing that in and out. When I speak that out loud, what are you present to?
Just ease. And I think what's coming through when you ask the question of what's coming through is almost like an urgency to just release it and get it out there, because you're right about the fear and doubt, and I could feel that, and it's okay. I'm not getting engaged in that, but it is having written the book and looking at my past. I see all the things that have blocked me, and it's like almost like an invitation to bring those back in, and that's not where I'm at.
No.
And so it's really, I think what I want to channel is like just getting it out there.
Yeah.
So that I can stop coming up with reasons why not to do it, because I got a whole lot of reasons why not to do it.
Totally. This is so good. So I'm going to teach you about the soft cast stage. Okay, this is my term, because I had 3 little boys. What was it? 6, 4, 2. I don't know. Maybe it was actually like 5, 3, 1. And we had 3 broken arms in the space of like 6 months. They just kept breaking their arms. It was just this crazy time in my life. And I got so good at wrapping broken arms, right? Like I magazine, duct tape, take them to the hospital. And there was 3 days of hell. And that was when their arm was broken and they put it in an ACE bandage because of the swelling, right? So I've got this little 3-year-old with a broken arm and an ACE bandage, and he's still doing front flips off the couch. You're like, this is a horrible idea, right? So the soft cast stage is our most brittle stage. It's when it's the most dangerous, all right? You're in soft cast, and here's why. Because you finished the book, but it's not on a path to being published yet or even edited. So it's in the most brittle time. And what happens is in that time, you're going to get hit and pinged with every doubt, fear, anything that would ever stop you is going to hit you right now. Mm-hmm. So my goal, and this is always my goal with anyone, whether it's you're launching a podcast or a coaching program or you're launching your book, it's how do we get you from completion of the creation into action, so we take the soft cast stage and we put it to 1 day. Mm-hmm. The longer you're in soft cast stage, the further away this vision goes.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
So what we're going to do right now is I don't want to take up our time talking about publishing. That's something I want to do. We'll do that tomorrow if you have a spot. I've got a spot tomorrow. What I want to talk about is it's so much deeper. There's like something in your skeletal makeup that's trying to talk to me. Mm-hmm. So it's just like you publishing this book, you completing this is changing your actual skeletal frame. I've never said those words. Tell me, what does that even mean?
I was getting body work on Friday, and the woman that was giving me body work said something about my skeleton too. And it just, I think what is true for me about this book is the only person that is alive that I'm genetically connected to is my brother. And so I have lost everybody in my genetic line. I have no children. This is it. And I feel like this is my opportunity to free my entire genetic line. That's what that feels like.
My gosh. Yeah. Like, because it's like
I have to do it. I have to do it for that reason.
It's down into literally like the framework. And also, when you said, like, I don't have any children, your book was like, I'm your child. Yeah. I'm your prosperity.
Yeah.
This is how you continue to move on and on and on, right? There's something so powerful about this. I mean, I look at Florence Scovel Shinn. She died so long ago, and her book has changed my life.
Yeah.
Here. Little did she know that when she wrote it, she'd be changing Keira Polson's life in 2018 when it landed in my Audible, right?
Right.
You don't know whose life will be impacted by this. Like, whew, right? Yeah. Okay, so your book's got some messages. So, I'm getting hot. Hold on. There's a heat coming through with this. Okay. Okay. So it's showing me a ribbon that is being pulled from a knitted sweater that's saying this ribbon is literally unbinding, untying, untethering you to whatever patterns that have been within your generational framework that no longer serve you. Like the book is the thread that unwinds, unbinds, untethers. And the book is also, it's so interesting. Okay, this sounds funny, but it's okay. So I hear things in symbolism. So it's telling me something about a chameleon. So I'm like, okay, what is that? And then what I hear is like the book will give you exactly what you need when you need it. So like a chameleon matches a color, the book is going to show up for whatever puzzle piece you need. The book is going to be that for you. Does that land? Does that make sense?
Yes. I've also been a chameleon my whole life. And so that's part of the diversion from my path is like I get caught in other people's visions and then I'm like not in my own space and I'm like I'm going to help their vision come to life. And I've got like incredible energy. So I will pour all my strength so just to avoid this.
Yeah.
To avoid this. And so it's like, you know, the freedom of no longer having to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that the book, so it's like the book is showing me like who you were for other people.
Yeah.
The book is that for you.
Yeah. Yes.
Right? That feels
Yeah.
so good. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, 100%.
Yeah.
Which is why it's hard to take in. It's very easy to give. And like what feels true when you were saying someone's book impacted you is I'm like, I've made my life so much about taking care of the environment. Since I don't have children, I'm so concerned about climate change and the environment. And I've taken it on like, if I don't solve climate change, I will have failed in my life, which is ridiculous. And I'm like, what I want the book to be is the importance of taking care of that internal environment. Right?
Which is way more doable.
Obviously.
And crazy impactful because if 10 people read this book, and that's like very low, right? But
that's good though. I'm good.
Like let's look at it like 10 people change their inner environment.
Yeah.
They go out and change the physical environment. Now 100 people read the book. 100 people change their inner environment. You're no longer the ant who's trying to carry the full loaf of bread.
Right.
You're now taking the loaf of bread and you're splitting it into tiny little pieces and you're inviting everyone to do their part.
Yeah. Yes. That is what I want to do. Yeah.
Wow. That. Can you feel like the relief in your body?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. Okay. So let's see. My brain wants to take us somewhere, but I don't want to go where my brain wants to take us. So let's go into the heart. There's something about, okay, so I don't ever understand what I hear, so I'm just going to speak it and we'll find out. So there's something about a childlike love of a possession. So like your favorite teddy bear or your favorite rock or your favorite.
Sure. Yes.
What does this what comes to you?
Well, you said teddy bear, and my mom died when I was young, and she and I and I was big into stuffed animals, and she had a teddy bear, and I coveted her teddy bear, and so we shared it. And so that's the only stuffed animal I've retained is the teddy bear.
Oh, okay.
So that's funny that you said teddy bear.
Yeah. So this makes sense then. So, okay. So this is like the message from your mom saying that she's with you. She's wrapping you in love. And she believes in you and she knows that you can do this. So she's inviting you that every time doubt comes, you go hold the teddy bear and you allow yourself to feel seen and held and believed in. Just breathe out your mouth. And I want to bring you down into your toes. What are you present to?
I'm present to how much I don't want to go to this and these places. And that when you said you wanted to go where your head was taking you, I was like, let's go there.
Yeah, that feels safer. Yeah.
But it's good to have that tangible thing that I can do. That's just a reminder. That's really helpful for me. Physical things are way easier for me than emotional and energetic things are a little harder to touch.
Yeah. I'm very physical, right? So like this, I wear my Joan of Arc when I'm going through hard things.
Yeah.
And I literally like rub it. Like it's like, all right, remembering my courage and my strength.
Yeah.
And like wearing certain jewelry to remind myself. So physical things is how we can connect to our spiritual strength.
So this is my mother's diamond and my grandmother's diamond. Yeah.
Wow. So powerful.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So feeling like you're not alone.
I know that.
Like they're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. So using the teddy bear in the moments where the soft cast stage is real brittle.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
The book, we're supposed to talk tomorrow, so I'll text you after this. We'll get a spot. Let's just get the next steps. Like literally the next step is like we just take it to the editor.
Right.
And I just brought on the most magical editor. She's so oh my gosh, I love her so much. Her name's Lissa. Anyways, you're gonna love her. And she's so good. So I think she's the perfect fit for you. So
perfect.
We'll get that. That's already in motion. So there's one last piece. There's something about lily pads and moss. What does that mean anything to you? Lily pads and moss.
Well, a couple things. I work in water. That's my job.
Oh, wow.
So I work in water. That's my environmental cause. I'm trying to kind of save our freshwater resources.
Mm-hmm.
And the lily pad makes me think of the lotus flower, which is my, I've been studying and practicing, and for a while I taught yoga. And so that's like my spiritual practice. And the lotus is sort of, isn't it the thing that like thrives in the mud?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and then, it just tying into the whole childhood theme, like all I wanted to do when I was a kid was play in puddles with trucks and things like that. So it's always there.
Yeah.
And I love frogs.
I love it.
It's very random.
No, it's
yes.
beautiful.
And I have lots of photos of moss everywhere. I'm obsessed with moss. So
okay, so this is perfect. So what I'm hearing is every time you see a photo of your moss, there's something about you taking 15 seconds and breathing like, I am listening to my inner voice. Like there are touch points outside. I call them angel touch points, right? This is an angel touch point outside of me showing me that I am not alone, that I am being guided, that I am on the right path. Like every picture of moss it's an angel touch point for you. So we're just letting it be a reminder. And it's interesting because the lily pads, for me, it's like what I'm hearing is the frogs are like the natural joy that you have, like the jumping and the landing softly and right? Like just this joy. But the lotus it's the thing. Like I feel like it's maybe even the front cover. It's like the symbolism of like the mud that you have been given in life and that you have continued to sprout and birth beauty and bring joy into the world. It came from the mud. So there's something about the lotus with the book.
Okay, so when you were saying I want to go where my head was, mine was on the cover. And I was thinking about the one of my friends who's an energy worker calls it your spirit kite that flies behind you. I've connected the two of you. You need to connect. Anyway, so when you were talking about the fabric, I was thinking that's the cover is me or, a person with a woman with the fabric, and the fabric is like lotus, and then the bare feet are in the mud.
Oh,
like That's the cover. Okay, so we're good. So next steps.
There it is. Oh my gosh. Val, that's beautiful. Wow.
So
There you go. That's it. I mean, all those things just dropped in so easily.
right.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's what I'm hearing is like, all right, this is complete. The
Yeah.
book's like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
So there's one thing about, so do you have any like Celtic salt or pink salt or like really more natural salt, not just like regular table salt?
I only have a salt block. I might have gotten rid of it. Yeah, I don't think I have any here.
Okay, so if you can go to any grocery store today,
Yeah.
and you're gonna either get, I use Celtic salt, or you could use pink salt, Himalayan, and you're gonna put just a teaspoon, like literally a half a teaspoon on your palm, and you're just gonna put it in your mouth and drink water. This is what my shaman taught me to ground my body, because when we do this type of work, it's like it pulls us a little bit out of our body and we want to come back in. So we're going to do something right now to bring you back in. But throughout the next few days, and I'm even hearing the next few weeks as this starts to birth, just a little bit of salt. Anytime you feel shaky in your body, like when you feel wobbly, when you feel doubt showing up, allow the salt to come in. Salt is a cleaning agent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of like it's like an outside tether of like, okay, I'm cleaning this out.
Yeah.
I'm cleaning out the doubt. I'm cleaning out the fear.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
So, right. Yeah. What were you going to say?
Nothing. I do the neti pot every morning with, yeah. So that's that's a good ritual. So this is an easy one to integrate.
Yeah. Perfect. I'm even hearing that you do it at 3 p.m. every day.
Which is when I hit the wall.
Okay, because I'm seeing
it all closes in around 3.
Yeah, 3 p.m. feels like when you wobble. Yeah. So that's when you're going to want to use the salt.
Got it.
Okay, cool. So right now, let's bring you back into your body. So you're just going to palms up on your knees, shoulders up, and then drop them down, shoulders up, and drop them down. Okay, we're going to breathe all the way down into your lower belly. And out. And breathing in. And out. All right, we're going to pour this golden nectar, like the golden of the sun on my painting that you created. We're going to breathe it into the crown of the head. And it's going to start moving down like a spiral throughout your body. And then we're going to move it into the nervous system so that the nervous system can be super saturated with love, with compassion, with wonder, with brilliance. Just breathing in and breathing out all the way down to the soles of your feet. And then we're going to wrap this book in that beautiful chiffon, letting it know that it is on the wings, it's on its way, it's on the way of freedom, it's on the way of creation, it's on the way of light and liberation for you and for all those who read it, and for your generational line. So just breathing in and breathing out. There we go. What are you present to?
Just peace and safety.
Yeah.
Like I'm in a different space.
Totally. Oh my gosh, this was so fun. I had no idea what we were going to do because I knew your book was done. This was a blast.
You're so great to work with, though, because I mean, like never would have happened without you.
Yeah, well, it's an honor. And you were a holy hell yes. Remember when I was like, are you a holy hell yes? And you're like, I don't know. Like, yes, you are. Come on, let's go, right? Like it only works halfway with me. Like I can only come so far.
Right.
So it worked because you met me halfway.
Right.
This is like a real 50-50 partnership of how this was, you know, like I met you, but you met me.
Yeah.
And so you really showed up. And then you wrote the book in 11 days on your own.
I know.
Right? Like you did that. I just got to be like the fire. It's almost like I got to be for you what you are for others.
I hope so.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I got to be in there for a quick minute of who you are for everyone else. And now you get to be that for you.
Yeah.
Magic. Magic.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
So today, drink water,
Yep.
salt, get on the earth. And then I'll text you right after this and we'll get you set up tomorrow. If you loved this video, then I invite you to come over with me right here and watch a few more of my book channeling sessions. Join me as I sit with authors and we channel through books that are here to transform humanity. I think you're going to love them.